Can you make someone fall in love with you? Science says yes. Love is a beautiful feeling that we hope everyone will experience at least once in their lifetime. But can you control it? Are there any psychological tricks that can make your crush fall in love with you for real? Of course there are. So sit back, make yourself a cup of tea, and listen up. We're about to spill some killer secrets on how to turn minimal feelings into deep love. But before we go into all the details, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. Now you won't miss a thing. Number 8. Don't order ice cream on the first date. What? Why not? Ice cream is my favorite. However, there is a reason behind this seemingly weird tip. There's a great social psychologist named John Bargh at Yale University, and he studies the role of unconscious processing on social behavior. Some of his studies show an interesting connection between the body temperature of a person and their psychological state. As it turns out, when we're physically warm, we are more likely to be nice and friendly to other people. You can use this new knowledge to your advantage. For example, on a first date when it's especially important to gain a person's trust. Try to choose warm places, food, and drinks so that every meeting you have goes well, whether it's all romance or all business. Number 7. Know the advantages of extended eye contact. Prolonged eye contact is the epitome of romantic tension, and science confirms its miraculous effects. Harvard psychologist Zick Rubin conducted a study called Measurement of Romantic Love in an attempt to understand if it's possible to measure love. He found the answer in the eyes. More specifically, it was in the frequency with which people looked at each other and the duration of each glance. According to his study, couples who are deeply in love look at each other 75% of the time during a conversation, and they stop looking at each other reluctantly. To put this in perspective, in a normal conversation, people look at each other between 30 and 60% of the time. However, the good news is that looking into someone's eyes may not only be a consequence of being in love, but the reason for it as well. When you frequently look at someone for a long time, you trick the person's mind because it remembers what the love look is. As a result, it makes the person think romantically about you. The nervous system starts producing phenylethylamine, which causes the sensations we get when we fall in love. Butterflies in our tummy, an increased heart rate, and warm palms. How could anyone resist? So don't be afraid to make eye contact with your crush more often. Who knows? Maybe it will lay the foundation for your future relationship. Number 5. Don't do anything. Let them do something for you. Sometimes the best decision is not to do anything and just let it be. When we do a good deed or help someone, we feel good. We are happy with ourselves and have very warm emotions for the person we helped. When we justify our effort, we idealize the person we were so generous to and convince ourselves that they deserve this treatment. As a result, we have an emotional anchor and start liking the person even more. On the other hand, when someone does something for us, we like it too, right? But it's about different emotions, and not all of them are very positive. We mostly feel like we owe that person and need to pay them back. And these aren't just our thoughts. They're an actual psychological phenomenon called the Ben Franklin effect. So a temporary standstill can be a pretty good strategy. Just choose your moments wisely. Number 4. Make up a secret language for just the two of you. Having something that nobody else besides the pair of you knows or understands will bring you closer than you think. It can be an inside joke, special words, or unique gestures. Maybe you like the same movie, comedy show, song, band, book, or even a meme. Little private jokes can appear spontaneously during your first date, a conversation, a walk together, or even a meeting. Be sure to pay attention to them and help them progress. You see, when you find and use these phrases in your everyday conversations, you take your relationship to a whole new level, making it stronger and more intimate. Scientists from Texas University also back this up with their study on couples' personal idioms, saying that the expressions and gestures couples share can help define the norms of their relationship. Just what you need. Number 3. The size of the pupils matters. It's a well-known fact that when you look at somebody you like, your pupils get bigger. Surprisingly, this can attract your crush too. In a study from the 60s and 70s, scientists researched the connection between the size of the pupil and the attractiveness of a person. They showed men 2 photos of the same woman. The photos were identical except for one little detail. In one of the photos, the woman's pupils were bigger. As a result, the men liked the edited photo more, even though nobody noticed the difference in the eyes. A good point, but how can you put this into practice? It's not like we can control the size of our pupils. True, you can't, but you can make the conditions right. Dim the lights, use candles instead of regular lights, or go to a restaurant famous for its relaxing atmosphere. This way it'll work the way you need it to. Number 2. Be near them often, but then make them miss you. In our dreams, we can all find someone we like, tell them about our feelings, and live together happily ever after. In the real world, however, things are not that easy, and that's why people need to come up with special tactics from time to time. Of course, it's important to spend time together when the feeling is mutual, but if you've already gone on several dates, it's better to take a little break. There's a great in-depth article by Jonason and Lee called Playing Hard to Get: Manipulating One's Perceived Availability as a Mate. It's based on a few studies the authors conducted. The results revealed that taking a small pause to make a deficit of your presence in the other person's life is a great idea. You can achieve several crucial things with this move. First of all, if you're already in a relationship, playing hard to get every so often can breathe new life into your love life. If you're not in a relationship, this approach allows the person to understand how nice and important you are to them. After all, limited and rare things are always more desirable, right? And you get your dose of benefits too, giving yourself time to take control of your own emotions and think clearly. So it's a win-win either way. Number 1. Make a positive association. Believe it or not, you can easily program someone else's brain by repeating the same thoughts over and over again. This is why it's so important to choose words carefully when communicating with people who are very important to you. The goal is to apply this principle every time you need to improve your image. The better you are at presenting yourself, the more positive thoughts you will leave in a person's mind, even when you're not around. You never get a second chance to make a first impression, right? Try to be the best version of yourself every single day, not just when you need someone to like you. And those are all the little tricks you need to know to turn a small feeling into a serious relationship. However, don't forget that it's not the end of the world if someone doesn't share your feelings. It only means that your soulmate is still out there. And once you meet them, you won't need any tricks to make them fall in love with you. Do you have any cool tricks of your own for how to make someone fall in love with you? Share them with us in the comments below. And don't forget to give us a like and click subscribe to